Let's talk about Earl Thomas because you made a video kind of right before he got released about, well, this could actually happen. Earl Thomas, this potentially like a really great safety, could actually get released from the Ravens. What was your initial reaction when that happened?
I wasn't shocked because like like you said, I had already talked about it beforehand, and I honestly I second guessed it though because when I made that video, there was people in my comment section like, oh man, you know what I mean, you're hating on the Ravens because I'm a Bengals fan or stuff like that.
I don't think you do that. You're pretty fair and objective.
Of course I don't. So I didn't really take that to heart because I'm like, come on, bro. I know my character. But I was like, maybe I'm tripping. But I'm like, yo, he had problems last year in training camp. And then he had problems again. And like when you look at the details and I go over it in the video, like the players on the team were saying openly that they did not want him there. They had a vote saying that they didn't want him on the team. Once that happens, bro, and you're a vet, you're not a young guy who can come out of this behavior maybe. You know, he's just young. If you're 30 years old, you're a whole vet, you a multiple-time Pro Bowl. Like, if you all of that means this is not changing. This behavior, this is who you are at this point. Yeah. And you just don't fit with this team in this locker room. Not to mention, Earl was also complaining about the Ravens' defense, and it was more complicated than it needed to be, and he wasn't able to play to his strengths all the time. And I also have friends who are diehard Ravens fans, and they complain about Earl Thomas all last year, about his play specifically. Now, I wasn't really super open to it at the time because my team is 2-14, and you're complaining about your future Hall of Fame free safety. I don't really care what you're saying, but in hindsight, you know, they was right. And so the fact that they were saying that, and then players on the team actually echoed that and was pushing up this younger safety that they want to see. I think Josh Elliott, if I'm not mixing up his name. I mean, so once I saw all of that, I knew it was a pretty big possibility. I thought it was likely. Like, I thought it was going to most likely happen. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, I wasn't shocked when they actually let him go.
You know, I wonder if they're better off without him. Everything I hear sounds like a team that I actually didn't know about the vote. That's new information to me, that they're like, we just don't want this guy around.
Yeah, the leadership council is what they said. The leadership council on the team voted that they did not want him around.
From that alone,
and that info
they're
was
better
out before he got released.
You've been in a locker room. If there's a guy causing problems, who's late to meetings, who's not showing up, who's just a pain, who's cancerous, you don't want him there. He's actually a hindrance to you trying to win games.
Absolutely. Especially a team like the Ravens that's so well run, their locker room is strong. Like, they not going to deal with that type of behavior. So, yeah, once I saw that, and then you couple it with kind of the way he left Seattle, you couple it with the issues he had this summer, you couple that with the fact that he had training camp problems last year, it's like, yeah, they're probably going to release this dude. You know what I'm saying? If they can't trade him.
Here's the question. You're a Bengals fan. Would you want Earl Thomas?
No.
Oh, wow. That's really telling, right? If you're a team that was 2-14 last year and there's a potential Hall of Fame All-Pro safety, and you're like, we don't want him. That's very concerning.
Let me explain my reasoning. Because I'm not one of those guys that's like, if this will take us from 2 wins to 4 wins, we should absolutely do it. Like, I don't think like that. I'm thinking like, yo, when is our Super Bowl window? It's not this year.
No.
It's not next year. So why would we sign Earl Thomas? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Who we have young safeties. We got Jesse Bates, who's 23, who's take big steps out of Wake Forest. We just signed Von Bell from New Orleans to come and play strong safety for us. Why would I bring in Earl Thomas when I got 2 young players who can grow as the team grows? Because by the time the team get to a point where we can actually compete for a Super Bowl, Earl Thomas is going to be retiring.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And we already know he's a locker room cancer. Like, if I thought he was going to come in, not be super expensive, teach my young guys and kind of teach them the way, then, yeah, I consider that. But I know he's late for meetings all the time because y'all just told me this. And so, I'm good. Like,
you're not missing out on a bunch of veteran leadership.
Nah. If you're a fan, you probably only should want Earl Thomas if your team is 1 or 2 pieces away. You know what I'm saying? If you need like some extra on your defense for 1 year, like a rental, maybe 2 years, then you might be interested in Earl Thomas. But if you're a young rebuilding team, you have no use for Earl at all.
Do you think it's Jerry Jones? Is that who you think is going to, the Cowboys are going to bring him in?
Potentially. I've seen, man, the reports.
Yeah.
I've seen they weren't interested. I've seen they were interested. I've seen all kind of stuff. That's
what
I
the Cowboys think they're one piece away every single year. So I don't know.
So if anybody, they'll pull the trigger. I wonder about their cap situation though.
Yeah.
Like I don't really know if they can. I don't really know like what's up with their cap situation because I know they've been trying to like clear up space. Because they're supposed to get hit hard, I think, next year with penalties and stuff. But so I don't know. That might be the one reason they don't bring him in.